kind of didn't do no intro or nothing like that. I just thought about that. But you can go back and edit.
Honestly, I'm not no intro person.
You don't got no intro?
That's one thing I gotta get used to doing because I don't got no intro. I just kind of just.
So when you do podcasts and stuff, you just off the rip.
Now, I be introducing them, telling them what I'm talking about, stuff like that. But I only got no like intro, like what's good, YouTube, none of that. I don't got none of that right now.
I feel you. That come with that, bro. I used to be like that too, but that's branding, my guy. That's crucial, bro. Mm-hmm. That's crucial. That's branding.
At the end of the day, like people know you by that. I be seeing people on YouTube. They have like when somebody walk by them in public, they be shouting out them, everything like that.
Right. That's why I'm in the process of like me words have power. Me in the process of becoming and transforming myself into a businessman. That's why I'm like remolding myself on social media. Like I have a private, my main story. Mm-hmm. I'm a whole different person on there. I didn't change my name and some more shit, like, so you can find me specifically by this brand. This is the brand, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit big. Got me looking back at shit too, though. Yeah.
But I be seeing you with your thing, man. Yeah, I seen the business and everything. I have to definitely try one of those.
Nah, for sure. I got you. They definitely hit, bro. I'm not just saying that because it's mine. Yeah. The good juice brand, that bitch hit, bro.
So, like, how does that like help people and stuff like that?
Well, obviously, different fruits and different vegetables have health benefits on their own, right? But when you're juicing it, when I'm putting that fruit in there, skin and all, the nutrients and the vitamins and everything that come off the fruits, bro, it's different. And I would say, especially the blends where I use straight just honey, no sugar, agave honey, been the best ones. Mm-hmm.
I know, but like, are there specific like ones that help for certain things?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. So like, I got a juice called the Get Up juice, the Good Get Up juice, and it's for morning time, which it has like pineapples, it has bananas, and it has sea moss. You ever heard of the sea moss? Mm-hmm. Right. And I use that as like a natural, like in the morning. You know how some people like to take energy drinks and stuff like that, even coffee. I use that as a natural like remedy for that instead. Yeah. And then I'm just developing different things. I got different things in the works. I don't want to share too much right now, but yeah, I try to target different things. Now, some juices are just for the taste, because I have alcoholic beverages and stuff as well. But for the most part, when I started the brand, I had the intent of making juices to help like different things throughout the body. You know?
So I know you say you want to get too much into it right now, but can like anybody drink your drink? Can like any age drink your drink?
Oh yeah, for sure. Anybody. It's targeted for anybody. But like I said, it's different things for different people. Mm-hmm. So let's say people dealing with high blood pressure. I have certain drinks that with the blends that I use, with the fruits that I use, it's good for high blood pressure. Let's say people got even ladies with menstrual cycles. Mm-hmm. I have a tea that helps with menstrual cycles. So anyone can drink it because it's going to be good for you in different ways. But I have things targeted for certain people, you know.
Yeah.
But the alcoholic beverages, of course, 21 and up, you know.
So here, I got you got a name for your thing?
What, my business? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. The Good Juice brand. You can find me on Instagram. The Good Juice brand _. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a bet. I'm gonna definitely write that stuff in there. Alright, let me go through my notes. I got a bunch of stuff right here.
No, you good. You was in a band too or not?
I was in a band in sixth grade. I was at different middle school though. Okay. I was in at this one.
Yeah, I was in the band. I was just thinking.
Oh, you want, bro? All right, so you know what Kickstart used to be? Yeah. Kickstart used to be over there right, in A-Hall. Man, Kickstart right there now.
Really?
Yeah, they changed that whole thing. Cause I went in there with my mom's.
Kickstart was right here when you came in, right?
Yeah, it's not over there anymore. I was going in there checking there. I was like, wait, where Kickstart at? So I was like, around a little bit. I was like, oh, over there. I was like, okay, that makes more sense though, cause it's like a little athletic thing.
Right by that though. Yeah.
I remember our teachers though, like half our teachers, like nearly like 95% of teachers like gone.
I'm sure.
There's a couple of them still there,
I'm
but
sure.
Like, you know,
I'm sure.
That's crazy though. Like even my brother in middle school, like half my teachers left and stuff like that.
I'm sure.
My brother like recently graduated too.
Oh damn.
He graduated. Yeah, this year.
This year.
Yeah, that's when I seen a couple people I knew from high school. They got like siblings,
Yeah,
cousins,
right.
stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, everybody, I was at school with you, stuff
Yeah,
like
right.
that.
At the graduation.
Yeah. All right, we could do this one because I know you're big on this. I be so like self-talk. Like self-talk is definitely spiritual. So this is just my thinking, and we could go off of this like in any type of way. But this is what I have to say. You ever think something in your mind, but it comes out different when you actually say it, or you could plan on saying something the night before or hours before, but when that moment comes, you don't know, you don't say what you were going to say, and that's happened to me a lot. But it's just something familiar. Talking to yourself out loud is spiritual because it actually gets your mind going. Like you can start to get to thinking about different type of stuff. You think to yourself, did I actually say that? You're learning. People look at you weird when you talk to yourself, but trust me when I say it actually helps them than just thinking in your brain. Because like when you say something out loud, like it sounds better than how you say it in your head. Like it's just one of those things.
Right.
And that's one of those things for me. Like sometimes it comes to different situations, like where it's like I have different stuff I'm doing, like projects. Like we go back to what we were talking about earlier when I was in this class. Like we was talking over there about poems and stuff. Like I was always this person that was quiet. I never wanted to present. I hated presenting. I was always one of those kids. I didn't feel like presenting like in my class. But my people who don't present, like I was in this class like in the spring, and we were writing poems and stuff like that. So she would always ask who wants to present their poems and stuff like that. And me, the person like old me, would just be like, nah, I'm good. Like I just don't feel like it. Even though I'll probably have something,
right.
I still wouldn't. I didn't feel like speaking out loud because like the nerves or whatever that may be. And one time I raised my hand and I just went for it. I said what I had to say, and everybody loved it.
Right.
Like you never know though, right. And that also, it could be, okay, James, yo, I needed that, man.
Right.
Like that helped out a lot. Right. I'm glad I see that from your eyes because, like, honestly, I wasn't even thinking that way. Right. So it's one of the things you never know. Your words have so much meaning, good or bad. So right. It's like watching your words, even though it could hurt somebody else, but your words have so much meaning to where if you say something out loud, right. Like someone could probably understand it from your perspective or from a whole different perspective. Right. Although it may feel uncomfortable, like just like speaking out loud, trust me when I tell you, it does so much, and eventually those nerves go down. Like for the rest of that whole class, I was speaking out loud, saying what I had to say. People agree with it, some people agree with it, some people don't. But I said what I had to say each and every time, because you never know, and it helped me out, out for me. I was more confident in what I had to say,
Right, because it held more value because it helped somebody else. Right. So I totally agree with that. I agree with everything you said, even down to like when you said about how we think about things and it don't really turn out the way we thought about it. Mm-hmm. That goes hand in hand with the speaking out. I wanted to ask you, I didn't mean to cut you off while you were speaking though, but part of it when you didn't feel like speaking out, was it overthinking of how it might go?
Yeah, me, I'm a big overthinker. Right, I don't do it that much anymore, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are though. They just don't say it aloud. Right. And me as a person, I would like look in all everybody's eyes in the classroom. Oh, what would he think?
Thinking what could go wrong? Think? Right.
Oh, what if I don't say the right words? Right. But it's like at the end of the day, Right. It's just how you say it and what you're saying.
Right. So for me, that was big for me. I used to think about every possible thing that could go wrong every time, and that would create so much anxiety and so much like fear. Really, that's what it is, straight fear. It would create fear in my heart when I would think about situations that didn't even require this much. So like I could take you back to when I was in high school, right? I did a lot of self-sabotage. When you living in fear, you're gonna do a lot of self-sabotaging on yourself because you don't want to. You scared to put yourself in that situation where you may succeed. Mm-hmm. You comfortable with the
you just
not doing it, So when I really started to take like sports serious, and this is one of my, I don't regret a lot of shit in this experience. I don't even say life no more because that go hand in hand. You experience things on the daily. This is an experience, a human experience. because you have another experience that we get spiritual, but as a spirit, you have another experience in the afterlife. So this is the human experience. During this human experience, it's not too many things that I regret, but one of them is when I played sports. We all do. We all have hoop dreams. Dreams to go to the NFL and shit. But a lot of people that do make it is because they had the belief in themselves and they didn't think about what could go wrong. They just got out there believing that they was good at what they did. They got out there believing that once they hit the field, they was gonna score. They was gonna do what they needed to do. And when I was a kid, I had a lot of self-doubt in myself that the things that I was doing or the things that I thought I could do well, I couldn't perform. And that when you in the midst of doing it, you can't be thinking the negative with anything. Like let's say you shooting a movie. Let's say motherfucking Quentin Tarantino call you tomorrow. He say, "Hey James, I really like your work. I want to have you co-direct with me." But you get up there and you in that imposter syndrome and you thinking that you don't belong there and you think about everything that can go wrong instead of just doing your job. He already like you for you to be there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it just be overthinking it. And I learned that talking to myself out loud helps with that. I'll be somewhere. I got called weird the other day for doing it. I'll be somewhere and I'll be thinking out loud and I'll just be really having a conversation with myself. I can be in Walmart in an hour talking to myself. But I learned that that's like you said, that's spiritual. That's you talking to your higher self.
Yeah.
Your higher self, you can talk to him out loud, and he gonna talk back to you. On me, so like I don't even trip on it no more. I learned that all geniuses really talk out loud because it's that higher self. You're in tune with your higher self. You're in tune with the spiritual, bro. Real shit. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I thought it was weird too though at first when I'd be like,
nah, like yeah, when we was kids, like that's one of those things. When we was kids, like talking to ourselves super weird. Everybody, oh, that's weird. Are you talking to yourself? Like,
right.
you know, it's one of those things. But as you get older, you start to see more. You start like it's just maturity. It's growing up.
Right.
You know, you just not like talking to yourself is everything in the sun.
Right. For sure.
And I know how you said, like, you know, I got two things, but one of the things you said is being nervous, like overthinking things like that. You know, for me personally, I call it excited but nervous. Like, I'm gonna still do it. I'm ready to do it. At the end of the day, I'm nervous, like, but I'm gonna still do it. And that's the one thing I go with it. Everything I do, you know. And like when I take my step, I know I'm nervous. I feel like it'll never go right. But I'm still gonna do it now.
But you taking that and using that as far now.
And like I stick with that. Like everybody I come across, like they sometimes like those. We go back to one time. Like me, I'm not a water person, but they had this one giant slide. All my kids was going on that slide, and then one of the other staff asked me, "James, you going?" At first, I told them no, but then I went back to my thinking, excited but nervous. Like I want to. At the end of the day, I'm nervous. So now I'm going to.
Right.
And I went down that slide. It was low-key crazy. But at the end of the day, I wanted to do it again.
Right.
And then, like, you just taking your steps because you never know. Like, you know, if that's something you love to do, like, you just taking that step, you know, you do it, see if you like it, you know. And I want to do it again. I probably did it again after that, too.
Right.
But you never know what you're capable of until you actually do that, you know. If you don't like it after, that's completely fine. Right. But who knows if you don't try? Because you already don't like it or you might like it. Right. You know, if you don't like it, and then you end up don't liking it after, then that it is what it is. But you tried at least. Right. Like trying is a big thing. Right. Like you just trying that thing and just seeing if it works. If it works, then stick with it, and then see what you could do with it. Right. But if it don't, if you at least at the end of the day you tried, took the initiative, you didn't sit back and just let it pass over. Right. It's just one of those things.
So for me, I've been on both sides of that fence. Like as the person that's like you say, nervous but excited, because I've used that at times. Really, that's my motto now because I'm sure of myself as a person, but this world, man, you still can get nervous out here. Mm-hmm. But every time I'm in a nervous situation, I'm learning to just use that as the fuel, as the fire, and just to remember who I am in those times. And I'm trained, I'm built for this. I've been through plenty of times, like I say, going back to being both people. I remember plenty of times where it was situations where I could have did something that could have possibly changed my life, but in that time, I was scared to even make the step to do it. I was scared to even take the chance on doing it. Scared to even, a lot of it be scared to fail, because if you knew it was fail proof, you would do it 100% every time. Mm-hmm. But another thing I'm learning is in this life, when you don't really get the fulfillment of life unless you gamble. because it's gonna come a crossroad in everybody's life where you have to say, who am I? If I don't know who I am, who do I want to be, and what do I want to stand for? You know, and sometimes when you changing who you are, you becoming who you are, and you changing what you stand for, you have to take gambles and you have to take risks to change what you're used to, what you're comfortable with. And that can be scary, and that can cause a lot of people to stay, like you said, never try. And I'm one of them. I can't speak just saying people in general because I've done it a million times, but I had to learn from those lessons. Not saying that I won't do it again because I'm human, but you know, you have to learn that. Yeah, definitely.
So we could go back to like, you know, changes and everything. I already talked about this before in a past video, like about like friends and stuff like that. You know, we was talking about changing who you are. Like as you get older, like changes happens. Right. Is your friend circle still the same as it used to be, or like have you changed that, or how like is your friend circle benefiting you? Like how's your friend circle work now?
Well, to be honest now, bro, and not to discredit any of the guys in the gang, but like I don't even really have friends no more. Like in the moment, everybody is my friend, but in the moment, I understand what this is and what this could be. You know, this is us enjoying each other in the moment. So like it's of course it's like it's guys that I would, you know, go to war with.
Yeah.
But like as far as like friends, I don't think friends are beneficial to you. You know. Well, I'm gonna take that back. Let me backtrack that. But where I'm at in my life right now, I don't think that it's beneficial for me to have friends because I went through a lot of ups and downs with friends. Because the type of friend that I am, which I had to learn to not be this guy so much, but the type of friend that I am, bro, I'm serious about relationships with people in general. Like if I call you a friend, if I call you a brother, if I call you a sister, or auntie, uncle, anything like that, that means everything to me, fam. So when I get into these, you know, these encounters with people, and I call people friends and things like that, I'm usually invested big. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't get too invested big on that now, and I know that's bad, and I'm reopening my heart, but it caused me at a point to have a closed heart.
But yeah, at the same time, like as you like opening it, you also like watching it.
Right.
You know,
I feel like what I went through, as far as like having my heart broke, to the place where I'm at now, where I'm talking about reopening my heart, having my heart closed, was because of the shit that I went through, the things that I had to learn. It's things that I had to go through, because if I didn't go through those things, I would have just had this big open heart. And you have to realize sometimes with that open heart, that's not good for you. Because everybody don't have your heart in mind. Everybody ain't interested in healing your heart. Like you interested in healing their heart. You thinking you coming with love. Everybody not raised on love like that. So, of course, it's people I fuck with. But like as far as a circle, I'm trying to rebuild a circle. I'm trying to build a circle of like-minded individuals. And I not to say that I don't have friends that I can call right now. We can talk what I want to talk about. But as far as like having a friend group where we actually doing man shit, we going out and socializing, we going and doing different things.
You know what I'm saying? Motive and focus.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I really don't have that yet, but I'm in the process of trying to develop that. You feel me? For sure, because that's crucial in a man's life. I'm gonna put y'all on some free game too. It's called the Way of the Superior Man. Great book, bro. Great fucking book. It breaks it down, everything. Like, I'm a guy that I take what I want to from a book, and I'm gonna leave the rest. So I don't apply everything that I see in a book or a video to my life, but it's some things in that book that you can definitely use in your everyday life. And in that book, it talked about having a circle of friends, having a group of men that you can, because we men, we don't have to talk every day like women. Women do that type shit, but once a week we can get together and talk. Hey man, I know you even small shit. Like, let's say you got a homeboy that like to cheat on his bitch, right? He come and he say, you know, I got this girl at my job. I got this woman at my job that I really like, and I'm thinking about cheating on my wife, right? As a friend, you should be telling your friend to either do that shit or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't come to you 2 weeks in a row with the same problem. You know what I'm saying? So in that book, it talk about how you have a good close group of friends where you can discuss different things on a weekly basis to keep yourself from getting in that stuck phase. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to get to that. But yeah, man, as far as like changing and remolding myself, I definitely had to rethink how I looked at friends. And then I'm not saying that like I say, I'm gonna say this again, not saying that I don't have people I'm cool with, But as far as like friends, I had to rethink it. So now I'm in the process of relearning what a friend is. So I really don't have too many. That answers your question, bro.
But like for me, it's one of those things. I don't have like I got like two like close friends. Like other than that, like I'm still like you said, you cool with people. You call them, you do what you gotta do. Yeah, at the end of the day, y'all still cool. Y'all not like close like that, but y'all you get around. Have the problems with them, stuff like that. But for me, for myself, like I got two friends that at the end of the day, like if something needed, I can talk to them about everything under the sun. They keep my head on straight whenever I don't feel like doing something. Like whenever my motivation going down for something, and I talk to them, and I do what you gotta do. You lead them in the correct path.
Right.
They helping you out, you helping them out.
Right.
It's one of those things, you lifting each other up.
Right. Right.
So that's why those friends are those close friends for me.
Right.
Because they keep it real.
Right.
They not no yes man.
Right. Right.
At the end of the day,
right.
Like
right.
Sometimes you do stuff wrong, or sometimes you don't make the right choices all the time, or sometimes you need help. Seeing something more.
Right. Nah, for real, and that's real shit. I take that back because I got a few. I would say I got a few female friends that definitely do that for me. They'd be like, nah, this ain't the way, or nah, that ain't it, or I can call them, they can call me type shit. But as far as like men, I'm trying to build a friend, a group of good male friends, Which like I said, I'm locked in with the guys. We definitely in the process of doing that, but like, not right now as of this moment.
Yeah, it takes time because it's like half of those friends. Like one thing somebody told me, and I was watching a movie one time. I think it was a Medea movie or something like that. And maybe y'all seen it before, maybe y'all haven't. But there's a tree bench, right? A tree got arms. There's a tree. There's all that stuff. They got leaves and all that.
Right.
That far off circle. They the like you still cool people, but you don't talk to them like that.
Right.
They the leaves.
Right.
And then you got the tree trunks. People you cool with, you don't got a problem with it. They're like close to you, but yet they're not like super close. But it's one of those things.
Right.
And then you got the roots in the ground.
Right.
A tree trunk, a leaf might break off, but at the end of the day, the roots always gonna be there.
Right.
Them roots is my two friends.
Right.
Because they always gonna be there no matter what happens. The good, the bad, the ugly, the great, they always gonna be there.
Right.
They always looking out for me. They always like showing me what's wrong, what's right. Them branches, them leaves. Eventually they'll probably break off. I mean, you'll grow new ones though.
Right.
That's the way of life. You end up growing new ones. You end up getting more friends, whatever that may be. But them roots always gonna be there though. Them roots always gonna have your back. Them roots always gonna show you the right way. Right. They're gonna lead you in the right direction.
Yeah, real spirit. No cap. So hell yeah. Yeah, but that could be crucial too, bro. Having the wrong friends around you can be bad for you too. Mm-hmm. Having the wrong friends around you can set you back a lot. And they're not saying that because it's good people out here, but it's good people with bad mindsets too. Mm-hmm. Just because your heart good don't mean that your mindset in the right place. And you could bring a lot of people down. I've been a bad friend to people too. Like having younger friends and encouraging them to do the wrong shit, having them crash out. So yeah. I just experienced shit from both sides though, bro.
But it's like you seen it and you learning though. Right. Like I was telling one of my friends the other day, like I'm just done doing certain stuff. Like there's like relationships and everything. Right. Like how I am now, which is wrong. But I treat some people, I don't treat them bad, but I know
how to treat them.
It's just like learning, like treat them the correct way. There's like a better way to do it than how you do it. It's not wrong, but there's a better way to do it. Right. And I just told my homie, I told him straight up, like I'm just done doing certain stuff and like treating people a certain way, because sometimes it's bad, and I'm seeing that. So it's like you seeing your mistakes, you seeing your like what's happening. So it's like first you noticing that. Right. And let me like pull this up real quick because I can share this with you. And hold up. I got a motivation Instagram that I be typing myself up because like I was on my story one time and somebody was like, "Yo, Jane, I should like make this into like an Instagram or something." So here it goes. The biggest thing a person could do is notice. The biggest the biggest thing a person can do is like see, just notice and see different things. The next thing a person can do is choose. They can choose what they want to do. You know, they see, then they choose, like, you know, whichever direction that was. Eventually, if we allow ourselves to we learn. We learn from us choosing. We learn from us seeing. You know, life is not what some of us picture, what some of us thought it would be. You know, as we get older, like everybody, like especially me, I can't wait till I turn 18. I can't wait till I start doing stuff. But now we here and now we doing this stuff, and now this stuff is real.
Right.
Like this stuff don't get no fake anymore. This stuff is real.
Right.
So and then, but life is not what some of us picture, but we do our best hoping for something more. It's not easy, but we have faith that we can do better by not giving up on ourselves and becoming our best selves.
Thanks. I like that. I really do. I like that. Oh me.
But it's one of those things. Like first, you see, you see what you're doing. You know, whether good or bad. You know, you see what it is,
right.
And then you choose what to do next.
Right.
You know, your choices are everything.
Right.
You know, and eventually, if you allow yourself to, you learn from those choices, good and bad.
Right. If you never see, one thing I learned is if you never see, then you never choose. And ultimately, you just going with the flow. It's being chosen for you. Because you haven't made the decision to choose yet. You don't know what you choose, and you just taking what's given. You feel me? Yeah, that's big. I like that, bro. You almost made me go get that shit tatted. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's true, bro.
Like you just have to learn. Like it's just allowing yourself to do those different things, man. Like a lot of y'all can do so much, man. Y'all don't even know.
Right.
But first, you just gotta see what you want to do. And of course, don't rush it. Like there is no rush in life, you know. There's always a thing called learning. Right. Like you learning, you seeing, just taking it step by step. But you're taking steps.
Taking
steps. And if I was like, you know, sometimes like you said, if I go back and tell my younger self this and this, you know, I think as well to myself, if I was who I am now, you know, of course I probably would be in a way higher spot. But at the same time, you know, I might not be where I want to be, you know. Like I was just that person. Like if I was who I was, you know, back then, you know, my circle might not be who it was today.
Right.
Everything might not be what it is today because I might be so much more.
Right.
Or I might do something I probably shouldn't be doing just because I want to.
Right.
Just because I know who I am at the end of the day. So it's like I went through different experiences. I went through different things just for me to become who I am today.
Right. And you had to. That's part of the human experience, dog. You have to. There's certain things like no matter how hard we try to shield ourselves from and defend ourselves from, bro, it's just certain things that you gotta go through. Mm-hmm. It's part of your journey. It's part of you becoming who you are or who you meant to be, bro. So, yeah, man, I feel that totally. It's been a lot of shit that I had to go through, and I'd be like you said, damn, I knew that shit 2 years ago. But if I knew that shit 2 years ago, I wouldn't know this because I wouldn't have went through that going through this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that shit get real, man. That's why. When I do go through things and I do make mistakes now, bro, it's crucial that I don't be so tough on myself because I understand that it's all an experience. It's all just an opportunity for me to learn, for me to first see and learn, like you said, see, choose, and learn. That's what this whole thing is all about. You get to make choices. That's one of the realest things that the government ever said. That it's not a free country, but you got free will. You do. Every morning you get up, you get the opportunity to choose if it's gonna be a good day or a bad day. Nobody determine that shit for you. That's free will. That's free will. Because you made that choice. So yeah, that's big, bro. That's big.
You know, something might happen in the morning or midday, later on that day, you know, but you don't let that one thing determine how your whole day went, determine how your life goes.
Right.
Like, you know, like you do what you gotta do, you learn from it, or, you know, take a moment. Like I always tell people when they go through something, you might not always feel the best. Like something might happen and you might not really like it. You know, that's just part of life. But don't let that one thing keep you down forever. Right. Take a minute, of course, take a break, you know, sit down for a little bit, think about it, see out your choices and stuff like that. Right. But don't sit there forever though. Don't give up on yourself.
No, for real.
You know, get back up, take your steps. It don't gotta be big steps like you used to take. I say you took big steps back then. You know, they don't gotta be big steps anymore. You wanna take your small steps, you know, just to get back up on your feet. You know, take your little small steps again. You know, but it's just start, you know. Of course, it's always good. Like it's always good just to learn, take a moment. I'm not saying just to put that stuff to the side, pretend like it never happened. But don't let it define who you are for the rest of your life, though.
Right. Definitely. sure. I got about like 15 more minutes, bro. Any more questions you have for me?
I don't know, but it's crazy though, cause like people used to always tell me though, like how like when you graduate high school, you're not gonna talk to half of like literally like 70% of those people you talk to like when you graduate high school. Right. That's a real fact though.
Yeah, it is.
It's honestly crazy.
It is.
Man, high school went by so fast though. Like now that I think about it, like it's been 4 years since we've been out of school, right. Bro.
You know the craziest thing when I think back on high school, how important that person that I was at that time was to me. And I'd be sitting back, I'd be like, damn, like the shit that I valued at that time, the mindset that I had at that time, the type of things that I was doing, like, God damn, totally different person, bro. It's crazy to just think about it. Yeah.
I love think about that stuff all the time, bro. Like how I used to have like different crushes on people. Yeah. I used to like when I talk to certain people, right. Or I used to want to do certain stuff, you know, like or I play sports like this and that. Right. But now it's just me and I'm just chilling though. Like I'm doing my thing. Right. And I've learned so much about myself now. I've allowed myself to learn. Right. And I'm doing good now.
Right. Yeah, no, hell yeah, it's crazy.
Like even before I got into like streaming and all that stuff, like I wanted to do it. I wasn't serious about it, but I knew at the end of the day I wanted to do it. Right. Like I took a whole like nearly a year to myself, just like learning about myself, watching ET, watching like different people, stuff like that. You know, just doing different stuff and seeing how I could better myself. Because at the end of the day, who you are matters. Today in this lifetime, mental health matters so much.
It do.
Like, and people understand that. Like sometimes people in the past generation, like they don't understand how much mental health matters so much
because they didn't take it so serious as us. They didn't understand how serious. Well, they did, but it was frowned upon for them to take it serious like that, especially in the Black community. You come to your moms and you be like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong, but I'm sad. Yeah. They be like, boy, get your ass out of here. Fuck is you talking about? But you know, nowadays it's a million other people dealing with what you're dealing with, so it's more okay to be like that.
And and I see that. Like, I'm glad I work with kids because sometimes I go in, I can tell, like, off of somebody's facial expression, how they're feeling. Right. I can tell how my boss is feeling. I can tell how you feeling. Right. I can tell how people feeling when I walk into that room because either the mood is up or the mood is down. Hey. Your facial expression tells you everything.
So ain't that a blessing and a curse at the same time, though?
It's good and bad. As a person, I haven't came across nothing too bad, but I've seen like different faces and stuff like that. You know, how a person feels, and then when they tell me how they feeling. It's like, dang, I don't know if I want to hear that.
And that's why I say it could be bad, because you an empath. I could tell that by just your line of work alone. You're an empath. You're a healer, and you take on what other people tell you. You're gonna feel them, or you're gonna try to feel them, right? So with that being said, like being an empath, it could be bad because sometimes I could be talking to somebody. You know, I could be having a great fucking day. Like you say, it's about choices. You know, it's a choice to have a good day and a choice to have a bad day. But I could be talking to somebody. I could be having a great day. I could be talking to them for 5 minutes in the morning. And I get off the phone with them and I'd be like, ah, damn, it's going to be a fucking bad day after that conversation. Just because I didn't soaked up that energy from reading that person during those 5 minutes. And in person is worse because I can be somewhere, bro, and I could be feeling it at the top of my game. I could be feeling it's a great day. Like, I'm feeling like me. I'm feeling kingly. And it could be somebody that I'm with and they feeling down. And I come down off that high just to meet them at that low. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a blessing and a curse, bro.
It's good and bad, but like that's one of those things where I don't let that moment define who I am. Right. Yes, in that moment, I might not be feeling the best. Right. And yesterday I was there with my mom and I wasn't feeling the best. Like we were talking for a little bit and then we just started talking and then it was just like it was a mood of how I was feeling. So I was listening to music for a little bit, probably about an hour or something. I was chilling, and then eventually, like all that stuff was just lifted. It was just gone, and then me and my mom's back talking again. Right. So it's like, you know, in that moment when whatever happened, I didn't feel the best. I took a moment to myself. I relaxed. I coped again. I did what I had to do, and I came back, and everything was just boom, gone. I didn't let that define me for the rest of my day. Right. I ended up having a good rest of my day. Right. But it's just like it depends on like what you allow yourself to do. Right. How much you allow that to impact you. Right. How much you allow that to take over you. Right. So it's one of those things, you know.
Right. That's what it's all about. How much you allow that to into your bubble. Drake, he said something on the song that was hard as hell. It's basic, but it was hard as hell to me when I heard it. He was like, no negative thoughts can even enter my inner matrix. I was like, it's so basic, but that shit's so hard, like, cause it's your matrix, it's your world. Like the experience that you having, nobody else can experience that. Nobody else can feel that. That's your inner matrix. You choose what you allow in there. It's not like you got another person in there. Well, you do, but it's not like that other person can force you to do shit. You gotta. It's a counsel. You gotta sit down with that higher self and say, "Look, we gonna do this."
Yo,
you know.
Like sometimes it be in the mirror. I be looking in the mirror and I be thinking, I'm like, dang, this is really me doing this stuff. Cause like at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's you doing this. Yes, you got people around you,
right?
But at the end of the day, that person in the mirror, that's you doing whatever is happening. Right. And it's one of those things.
Real shit.
And you talking about music, how you like have like different quotes. Like back then in high school, middle school, will you ever break it down lyrics like that?
High school,
middle school, high school.
Not really, bro.
And that's really the thing. Like really. I peeped that by myself. I'm like, honestly, I don't even think I used to hear music like that when I was younger.
Right.
Like sometimes I read this, I'm like, oh, that's
hard, right?
Oh, that defines me. That's really me.
Right.
Like, cause in high school, I would just be listening to music.
Right.
But I realized, like, after I graduated high school, like when I really started focusing on myself, like sometimes I listen to music, like it will make so much more sense now.
Cause you had to see first, you had to hear it. You had to. We taking it. Back to the example of seeing. First, you had to see. You had to know exactly what you're listening for. You had to have a different ear for the music. That comes with changing and evolving, bro. You'll start to. I done seen UFOs, right? I see UFOs all the time. Whether you believe in UFOs or not, me personally, I'm a believer because I see them with my eyes to this day. But I just feel like I can see UFOs because I've seen UFOs. The more I see, the more I'm allowed to see.
That's like cars, man. Yeah. That goes back to cars. Like my mom my mom had a new car one time. I never seen that car before. But when she had that car, like, I started seeing it more.
Seeing it more, right.
Yeah.
Right. The more you see, the more you're allowed to see.
And it's just like people. Like, you don't realize how many people you walk across, like, a day. I mean, you don't got to talk to them. But you don't realize how many people you come across every single day. Especially me. I work in a school.
Right.
I see so many teachers, so many kids every single day.
Right.
When I start talking to these kids, I start seeing them every single day because I took the initiative to talk to them. So now I start seeing them. Like, you be walking past them, they be walking past you. Sometimes you might like take a glance, you might see them, but you really start seeing them more when you step into their life. You step into it. Right. It's just one of those things.
Right. And that's crucial to the world, bro. I wish like everybody in the world had the ability to just see others. That would make the world a much better place if you could just see others. I'm not saying just because you see a homeless man don't mean you gotta go and fix his life. Nah. But just have some compassion for him. You see him. You see that he out there. He made choices that might not have been aligned with what you would have did, but still, you got to see him. You got to put yourself in the experience. Just like he made a bad choice in life, you made 100, he made 100. His bad choices just landed him in a different position than you, but you've made him too. So you can't judge this, man. I seen something the other day. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, right? I had shared it on my story. It was funny as shit. It was a meme, and it was this dude. He was like, why would you give money to a homeless man when you know he's not going to do nothing but spend it on drugs? And it was like, to be honest with you, I have a home, and I was just going to spend it on drugs, too. And I thought that shit was hilarious. Yo, I was like, that's just putting yourself in that person's shoes and understanding, like, regardless of what the fuck they want to do with the money. If they want to smoke crack with the money, so be it. But you have to put yourself in the shoes of them that they got out there. Just like you go to work to get what you want, to them, that's work, standing out there trying to get that money. I'm not going to judge them for what they do because I got to put myself in their shoes. The more I seen, the more God allowed me to see. The more experiences I had where I needed somebody to be there for me, the more I can be there for others because I seen how crucial it is to have somebody there for you. Yeah, bro. That shit did. Nah. But I appreciate your time, though. For real, bro. That's big. I appreciate the conversation, too, man. And like I said, off camera, I'm proud of you, bro, just to see people that I, like I said, played on these fields back here with, bro, just to see everybody trying to do something and not trying to. In the process of doing things and becoming who they want to be, bro, and finding themselves, bro, that's big. I salute you, bro, and I'm proud of you. It don't mean shit because we still on the same mission. I'm talking, but I just wanted to say that, bro. Real shit.
I take being proud of me for everything, bro. That's one thing I learned. Like, I was, like, listening to something. I don't remember what it was. But, like, just hearing the words, I'm proud of you, means everything. Some people would love to hear that someday, man. So some people kill to hear that. Like,
Right.
that's everything for them. They just don't hear it that much.
Right.
So I always tell my kids when I'm with them, like, I'm happy you did this.
Right.
You know, even if they did something like a while ago, like, I'm happy you did that just now. Like, I'm proud of you. Good stuff.
Right.
You know, of course we gonna make mistakes. That's just part of life.
Right.
But like, you know, if we allow ourselves to, like, we'll get better at it eventually. Right. And I'm proud of you for learning. I'm proud of you for doing these different things. I'm seeing you do this stuff, so I'm proud of you specifically. Like, good stuff, man. Like, even for these females, good stuff for y'all.
Right. For sure.
Like, I be seeing with y'all's businesses, y'all hair businesses, y'all shoe business, drink businesses, like me, content creator, whatever that is. Like, whatever you love to do, stick with that.
Keep doing that shit, bro. Every day.
Stick with it. Like, learn from it.
Like bro said, wherever you at, small steps, you gotta start somewhere. If you don't have all the tools today, information is free. You can always use information to get information.
That's everything, yeah. Especially with social media nowadays, you can find any and everything. You know, you can learn about it. Just learn what you want to do, you know, and stick with it. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that. Right. You know, I don't even be telling everybody what I want to do in my life anymore. Right. Because, you know, they're gonna shut it down. Right. But then when you see me doing it, you'll be like, oh snap, I ain't know you really doing it. Yes, I told you I was gonna stick with it. Right. So it's just like you sticking with your stuff. Don't give up on yourself, man. Right. You don't have a lot of haters in this life, but don't give up on yourself. Right. I got haters right now. I don't care because I know what I want and I know what I'm going for. It's not being me being selfish. It's just at the end of the day, I know who I am, you know, and it's one of those things.
Right. Hell yeah. Real shit. Real shit though. Appreciate your time, my God. Real shit. I appreciate the interview, man, and like I say, just good to catch up with you.
No, I appreciate you coming though, because I definitely, whenever I was doing these things, I did a couple back. I was like, dang, I gotta get this from somebody else's eyes. Right. Maybe they see more than I do. Right. Maybe they see something I don't see. Right. So I want to get this from somebody else's eyes. Right.
And I'm definitely looking forward to the next round. Next round, we'll have a set topic or whatever. If you want to have me back, we have a set topic. We can have a set discussion.
For sure. And that's the thing. Like, it's also me. Like, I told them, I was like, I'm gonna start putting out more content for y'all. I don't know what I'm putting out, but I know I want to do something. I have a higher mission that I'm trying to get to, and the only way I get there is by me doing something. Right. I can't get there right now because there's a lot of obstacles. Right. But I know if I start somewhere,
we on the way.
Eventually, them obstacles will be off the way.
Yeah, real shit. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and slide up out of here, man. Did you need a way back to the crib?
I gotta figure out what I think they're still at the restaurant. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna ask her, but yeah, I'll probably hit you. Let me ask you real quick. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all watching though. Appreciate y'all time and everything. Y'all let me know if y'all got any questions and stuff like that. But we gonna definitely get back to y'all on this.
Yo. Big Good Juice brand _ on IG. KD the Juice Man on Snap. Y'all fuck with.